Well, good morning. Welcome to the Glacier Gorge Trailhead and your Rocky Mountain National Park Trail Conditions Report for the week of March 23rd, 2026. I'm Lisa on the Adventure Channel, and I'm going to head up into Loch Vale today and go to the Loch, which is a beautiful, pristine alpine lake. It's pretty busy in the park today. Had to wait in line to get in because it's spring break for a lot of institutions. And lots of people here in the parking lot. I think I got the second to last spot at Glacier Gorge Trailhead. And the trail is starting out dry from the trailhead, as you can see behind me. I still have my microspikes on because I anticipate I'll hit snow before too long. But these crazy warm temperatures we've been having have really wreaked havoc on any of the snowpack that we've had. And we haven't had much snowfall. So it's been kind of a bleak winter with regard to precipitation. But I have high hopes for this spring that we're going to get, significant snowfall this spring so that we don't have, such dry soils and such a hazardous wildfire season coming up. Because, if we don't get enough moisture to saturate the soils, then that's really bad for the summertime. And we don't want wildfires in the West or anywhere for that matter. It feels a little bit windy today, but it is warm. The temperatures are warm. So should be a nice day for walking up in the high country. Come along with me. Let's check it all out. Yeah, you can see I'm on dry trail with a few puddles, which means the snow has melted very recently. And I'm coming up onto some icy, slushy snow now. So it's going to be good that I have my microspikes on. Of course, I brought my snowshoes with me, as I always do, because if you get off the beaten path into some of the more wooded areas or even above tree line, you're going to need the snowshoes. I had a viewer actually comment about that, saying that tried to go up to Fern Lake, which isn't as well packed as these corridor trails here in the Bear Lake area, Bear Lake Glacier Gorge area, and said that they were post-holing even in snowshoes. So, yeah, but it looks pretty dry here. I'm back on dry trail again, as you can see. So, but I'm hoping that it wasn't warm enough up higher that it didn't melt all the snow. I've been out of town for a week, so I actually don't know what the conditions are. I haven't been here for a few days, a week, which is a long time in rapidly changing conditions. So yeah, let's check it out. And I guess that's why I do the weekly report for you, because things can change a lot in a week. But it's really nice to know how things are on a weekly basis so that you can plan your trip into Rocky Mountain National Park so you know what to expect. So, yeah. How's it going, guys?
Great. How
Good.
are you?
Awesome. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
It is. Minus the wind.
Yeah. Nice warm temps, though. Morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It's kind of sad that here in March, the streams are melting out from underneath the snowpack, and we haven't had enough snow to cover the streams for very long. So it's been a really short season of semi-winter. Kind of sad. Here's what the trail looks like down low. Icy packed. These temperatures keep up, we won't have the snow for much longer. But like I said, hopefully we're getting more snow. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Doing great. So that is the major junction up here between Glacier Gorge and Loch Vale. I took the right-hand fork up into Loch Vale, where I'm headed now, to go to the loch. The trail is still really nicely packed, some slushy spots. It's definitely a little softer in places. If you step off the hard pack trail at all, you sink pretty deeply. But it's still really nice, usable trail for microspikes. So that's what I'm doing. It is really warm today, but every time I think I'm going to shed my jacket, the wind picks up a little bit, so I keep it on. Yeah, it's pretty out today. Lots of people on the trail. Yeah, spring break in the Rockies. It's an excellent time to be here. Boy, so much snow has melted in the last week. We've had incredibly high temperatures for this time of year, abnormally high. And the drainage, I think, is no longer a realistic way to go because you'll be sinking down to the creek. So I'm going to stay here on the summer trail that is still packed, a little bit icy, a little bit slushy, in some places soft, and heading up toward the loch. Boy, I'd sure love to get some cooler temperatures and some snow, a lot of snow. Fingers crossed that spring is still going to deliver. I shouldn't be walking on dry trail in March at this elevation, but in some places I am. Let's take a look from the overlook into the drainage here. Looks like some people have been skiing in there. And this upper portion doesn't look like you'd bust down to the creek, but the lower portion you definitely would. I see some footprints there that went down to water level. Yeah, I only took that drainage once this year. Usually in any given winter, I take it for about 3 months. Maybe not 3, 2.5, but not this year. All right, let's continue on. Wow, I'm approaching the loch and there's so much open water. So I won't be crossing this lake for the rest of the season, which is highly unusual for March, the week of March 23rd. For this, wow, there's a lot of open water. So much melting happened in the last week. Wow. The visitors have been telling me how windy it is here at the loch, but I'm not recording much for wind, 10 miles an hour. It's pretty steady. Maybe that's what they were meaning. I just got a 20 miles an hour, but pretty benign, really. Wow. Wow, on the west side of the lake, by the island there, I can see open water from there to the edge of the western shore. Wow. Ah, there was a 30 miles per hour. Ooh, 34. So yeah, the gusts can be somewhat a little on the higher side. Wow. Okay, I'm here at the loch for your trail conditions report. Boy, things are melting quickly. It's no longer possible to cross these lower lakes like the loch. Last week I did it, and on the video that I put out, I warned you to make sure you're checking the ice before you trust it. And sure enough, in this past week, at least half of this lake has melted, if not the majority of it. It's nuts. I've never seen this in March, ever. And I'm up here a lot. So, yeah, whatever 2026 is doing with regard to weather, it's not typical, that's for sure. And it doesn't bode well for our summer coming up. However, like I keep saying over and over again, let's all cross our fingers and pray for big snows in April and May, which is when we usually get our big snows here in Rocky Mountain National Park. So it's not unrealistic, but let's hope we get them because we sure need them. Even if we do get them, I'm not going to cross this lake for the rest of the season because I mean, it could freeze again, but I'm not going to trust it. So yeah, anyway, bring your spikes. If you're going to go off the beaten path at all, bring your snowshoes because the snow is pretty soft and it's deep in some places, and definitely where people haven't packed it down, like on this very popular main trail, you're going to need snowshoes. So bring your gear, come on out and enjoy these beautiful warm temperatures while we've got them in Rocky Mountain National Park, and hopefully we'll get a change of weather here soon, so it becomes a little bit more typical for the time of year. All right, thanks so much for watching the channel. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate all of it. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week on the Trail Conditions Report. Have a great day out there, guys. So I put my snowshoes on and snowshoed through the woods around the loch, around the south side of the loch to the other side, to the west side, so that you can see how much open water there actually is here. It's a lot. You can see right out there the two islands that last week I walked right past on the ice. Yeah. Wow. Considerable melting in just 1 week. Record warm temperatures, that's what that does. Huh. Nuts. Anyway, just wanted to show you from the other side of the lake. If you're going to go beyond the beaten path, snowshoes are the good tool. So yeah, and I wasn't sinking in too badly with the snowshoes. It's firm enough, it's holding me up pretty well. So, but I couldn't do it without them. Bye.